Alrighty guys, we got the 05 Nissan again. We're gonna be changing out the struts this afternoon on a nice hot day here in South Carolina. But my passenger one, when I hit a bump, you can definitely hear the strut. And once I take this wheel off, you'll see a bunch of the hydraulic fluid as well. That's all caked up around all the around the housing right here. So we're gonna go ahead and say it's time to replace her. I'm gonna go ahead and first thing I'm gonna do is jack up the car, get some little car jacks under it, put it down, take the wheel off, and I'll show you where we're at. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna take this little sway bar off here. It's a 19 millimeter in the front, or sorry, 17 millimeter in the front, and on the back end, and I'll show you on the new one. On that one that I'm taking off is a 19 millimeter. And you'll put a ratchet wrench on this one, and same thing here, and to take that nut off. So there's two of them, because if you just put it on the front one, all it's going to do is spin. You got to be able to hold this one down while you're loosening the nut. And then it's going to be the same on the bottom, and then we'll get to the next step after that. I'm going to go ahead and get the sway bar off. Alrighty guys, now that we got these loose, I didn't take them all the way out, but they're loose, they're broke. I'm going to take the brake line loose and take a little flathead screwdriver here, like so, and just tap the back of it with a hammer, and it'll kind of come loose. So it'll come loose, and you can take your brake line out of here. It's hard to do with one hand. Just be careful you don't hit the brake line or anything with the hammer or the flathead. You don't want to puncture your brake line, obviously. That's loose. We'll go ahead and take these two 19 millimeter bolts off to get the lower bracket off, and then we'll move up to the top side. And I'll also remove the sway bar completely all the way out. Alrighty guys, we got those two 19 bolts out. The nut side was a 19. The actual bolt size was an 18 on my car. Yours might be a little different. Now that we got those loose, you can see how it kind of even dropped down a little bit. The control arm dropped a little bit. And we're going to come up here to the top, remove the three 15 millimeter bolts, and then that'll give us free to be able to drop this strut down slowly, and then we'll put the new one in. Alrighty guys, the last one that I did, I kind of did it a little slowly, and then it kind of slowly dropped in. You can see it's completely free, so I'll go ahead and just carefully remove it. You don't want to damage anything else, but definitely be careful of your brake line. You don't want to puncture that or anything. But you can see how, I mean, this thing has been needing to probably be replaced for a while now. So we're gonna go ahead and finally get her done. So I'll go ahead and take this one out. I'll get the new one in, and we'll start with the top. We'll somehow hold that down here, and then use one hand to get one of those started up top to hold it up. Alrighty guys, we got the top to line up. When you get the bottom in, it might not be lined up a little bit, but you can spin this to line up with your bracket right here. You will also probably need another jack stand to jack your control arm up. As you can tell, those aren't lined up whatsoever. We're gonna start jacking it up and lining this up at the same time. We'll get that in there. And we'll get our two screws to line up. We'll put our sway bar back in. We'll get our brake line hose connector back in there. Alrighty guys, I thought I got this apart on camera, but I forgot to hit record. Under your the sway bar, there's a little spot to put your grease fitting in on both sides, the top and the bottom. Don't forget to grease them. I thought I got that on camera again, but yeah, just don't forget to put some grease in the little sway ball or sway joints at the end. And that is how you do your front driver side and passenger side struts with the sway bars as well. As you can see, these ones were nasty and just out of really bad shape. I don't know how many miles it had on them, so we went ahead and replaced it. I've been driving it for a few days, and it sounds and feels a lot greater. No more clinging around when I'm hitting bumps or anything. So I hope you liked it. Comment and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already.